Meeting of council for the city of Garfield Heights for Monday, January 25th, 2021 to order. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Dudley,
Here.
Donahue,
Here.
Nanadovich,
Mike Nanadovich here.
Davis,
Here.
Lake,
Here.
Burke,
Here.
Vaughn.
Tom Vaughn is here.
Okay, let the record reflect that all 7 members of council are present for the meeting this evening. We have a bunch of minutes to approve, and we will begin with the special council meeting minutes for the city of Garfield Heights for Monday, November 30th, 2020. I would like to make a motion to accept those minutes as written. Do I have a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
On the motion made and seconded by Councilman Michael Nanadovich to accept the special council meeting minutes for Monday, November 30th, 2020 as written. Will the clerk please take a roll call?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Mike Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Lake. Lake,
Jason, you're muted.
yes,
thank you.
Okay, let the record reflect that the special council meeting minutes for Monday, November 30th, 2020 passes with 7 yes votes. We'll move on to the minutes of the regular meeting of council for the city of Garfield Heights for Monday, December 14th, 2020. I would like to make a motion to accept these minutes as written. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilman Jason Blake. Will the clerk please take a roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Lake,
yes,
Let the record show that the minutes of the regular meeting of council for Monday, December 14th, 2020 passes with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to the minutes of the city council work session. We originally voted on these, but they were amended. I would like to make a motion to accept the amended minutes of the city council work session for Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020 as written. Do I have a second?
Second, Mr.
Second.
Chairman.
I'll take Councilwoman Davis for the second on this one.
Thank you.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Lake.
yes,
Let the record show that the amended minutes of the city council work session for Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020 passes with 7 yes votes. Okay, the minutes of the regular meeting of council for Monday, January 11th, 2021. I would like to make a motion to accept these minutes as written. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilman Donahue. Will the clerk please take a roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
$3 is coming from the clinic. So
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Lake.
yes,
Let the record reflect that the minutes of the regular meeting of council for Monday, January 11th, 2021 passes with 7 yes votes. That concludes our minutes of meetings. And do we have any written communications to council this evening?
No, Mr. Chairman, there are none.
Do we have any reports coming out of committee?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll move on now to the reports of the mayor and the directors. Mayor, do you have a report this evening?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I do. I wanted to start off tonight's report on another sad note. I want to send out sincere condolences on behalf of the entire city to the Zeal family. Many of you know that Marlene Zeal, a longtime employee of the Garfield Heights School Board, passed away recently. And she was, believe me, a great conduit for the school board in the city to work together. She did a fantastic job. She will be sorely missed. And again, our condolences go out to the Zeal family. Next, I wanted to read, the Cuyahoga County sent us out a notice, and I'll read it for you. Cuyahoga County commits $2 million of CARES Act funding for mortgage assistance program. County homeowners who have been impacted by the COVID-19 may be eligible for mortgage payments assistance. Cuyahoga County Council approved $2 million of the County CARES Act funding. Currently, 6% of homeowners in Cuyahoga County are 90 days or more delinquent in their mortgage payment. This funding will provide an additional measure of security and peace of mind to county homeowners, knowing they will not risk losing their homes as they work to recover financially from this economic impact of the pandemic. To be eligible for the mortgage assistance, the borrower must meet the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's income guidelines, have missed one or more mortgage payments due to COVID-19, and the house must be the borrower's primary residence, among other criteria. Assistance is available while funds last. To apply for Cuyahoga County Mortgage Assistance Program, call 216-600-2814. Another program coming from an outreach of the Cuyahoga community, Cuyahoga County, is we are excited to let you know about the Veterans Resource and Employment Fair happening on January 28th and 29th. This event will be is being hosted by Cuyahoga County Veterans Service Commission. This is very important for veterans that are looking for employment. I sincerely ask all of council, if you know veterans or if you can get it out to your residents, please let them know that this fair is going on. And to get more information on it, call the community outreach at 216-987-7010. Next, I wanted to just take a minute to thank council for all the kind words that were said at the last council meeting after I announced my retirement, and I certainly appreciate it. During my announcement, I thanked the council, people, my staff, all of our employees, and especially the residents for all they did for me in the city. There's one group I need to acknowledge. During my tenure as mayor, my encounter with the media at times have been somewhat challenging, to say the least. Many times because the media does not accurately report their stories. And in all honesty, I'm sure my temper has probably caused some of the problems also. But I want to say in my 11 years as mayor, the neighborhood news has been an asset to me in the city. They always report accurately, concise, and always seem to put a positive spin on their stories for the city of Garfield Heights. I want to take this time to thank Mary, Ellen, and Mike, who has recently passed away, their contribution to the city of Garfield Heights. We are lucky to have them covering our city. Thank you very much. The last thing I want to say is, as you know, and it was talked about at caucus, but if you weren't there, I am leaving. This is my last week on February 1st. Matt Burke takes over. And according to our charter, at that point in time, Mike Donatovich, who's the pro tem, will take over as president of council. This will take effect Monday, and I believe, Matt, you could talk about it a little bit later. I think Matt will be sworn in on Monday morning. And I think Matt will do a good job along with Mike Donatovich. I think we're very happy and very fortunate in the city to have a couple of gentlemen like that, along with the rest of the council. I don't want to leave anybody out. So with that, I'll get into tonight's legislation. In regard, ordinance number 5 is in regard to the paving of Broadway. Ordinance number 6 allows us to provide diversity training for all city employees, including council. Ordinance number 7 allows us to upgrade the municipal court's internet service. Ordinance number 8 allows us to increase the internet service provided to the city. Ordinance number 9, to enter an agreement with Telectronics for the purpose of providing wide area network support. Ordinance number 10 allows us to enter into an agreement with Phoenix Safety Outfitters for the purchase of 8 sets of fire gear. Ordinance number 11, we are replacing the mailing machine in the finance department. Ordinance number 12, we are reinstating the position of executive fire captain. And as I said in caucus, I would appreciate if that was an emergency legislation. Ordinance number 13, we are establishing the position of recreation lead in the Parks and Recreation Department. I explained that earlier, and I'm glad to answer any questions that you may have. Resolution number 3, we're ratifying the appointment by myself of Mark Sycon to act as a service director for the city of Garfield Heights. Mark is a longtime employee, has been the #1 supervisor ever since I've been here as mayor. He does a fantastic job. Has been working since Tim McLaughlin left as the interim service director. He has done an outstanding job, and I certainly ask everyone for their support. We're certainly lucky to have Mark joining us. Resolution number 4, we're ratifying the appointment of Paul Burke to act as a Parks and Recreation Director for the city of Garfield Heights. Paul is also another long-term employee for Garfield Heights that was recently a foreman. Does a great job for the city, has done a great job as interim rec director. I think we're very lucky to have Paul also. I really support both of these gentlemen very highly. Resolution number 5, we're going to apply for a 2021 Community Recycling Awareness Grant. With that, Mr. Chairman, you have my report.
Thank you, Mayor Kalova. Does anyone have any questions for Mayor Kalova on his report this evening? Okay, if there are none, we will move on to communications from citizens on tonight's agenda. Will the clerk please read the rules?
Comments shall be strictly limited to brief statements not to exceed 5 minutes, with comments limited to legislation on the current evening's agenda. No citizen shall speak more than once.
Are there any residents that would like to make a comment on any of the resolutions or ordinances that we have on our agenda this evening? Okay, I do not see anybody, so we will move on to ordinances and resolutions, beginning with ordinance number 5-2021. If the clerk would please read the title.
Ordinance number 5-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Donahue, and Dudley. Final resolution. The following final resolution enacted by the City of Garfield Heights, Ohio, hereinafter referred to as the Legislative Authority, Local Public Agency, or LPA, in the matter of the stated described project. I think that's all.
Mr. Dudley?
Okay, I didn't know that you were through reading, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, consider by title.
On the motion made by Councilman Dudley to consider ordinance number 5-2001 by title, will the clerk please take a roll call?
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
At this time, let the record show that under title consideration, ordinance number 5-2021 had 7 yes votes. And at this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take a roll call vote?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
Yes.
Let the record show that under suspension of the three reading rule, ordinance number 5-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes. Yes.
Donahue, thank you. Donahue, Donahue,
Chuck?
Yes. Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
Yes.
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 5-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Dudley.
Dudley,
Before I vote, I'd like to say that it was a long time coming for the completion from the Cleveland line to the Maple Heights line, which runs through Ward 1 as well as Ward 3. And we know as you got closer to Ward 3, it was in worse condition than mine in Ward 1. So it was a long time coming, and I'm glad that we had the opportunity to get it done. And with that, I'll vote yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Let the record show that ordinance number 5-2020 passes with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to ordinance number 6-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
ordinance number 6-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by all of council. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor or his designee to enter into an agreement with Ohio Plan Management Resources Incorporated for the purpose of supplying diversity training for all Garfield Heights City employees.
I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
Yes.
Let the record show that ordinance number 6-2021 under title consideration had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
Yes.
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 6-2021 had 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to waiver of Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
Yes.
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 6-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Before I vote, I just want to say that this is a proud moment for me because not only did we become a community that passed a resolution declaring systemic racism a public health crisis, but we are actually putting verbs in our sentences, as Dr. Phil would say, and actually doing something about it. And this is just the start. I'm very excited. I want to commend Mayor Kalova and his administration for listening and actually putting this in place. And with that, I vote yes.
Vaughn,
Before I vote, I just want to thank Mayor Kalova, his administration for putting this together. This was a hard fought battle. I think it will be best for all of us in the community. And with that, I vote yes.
Dudley,
Before I vote, I like to say, because I've been to plenty of jobs where they done brought in diversity training. It's so easy to get people to come to the classes and sit in the class and listen to the talking and diversity training. But everyone don't carry something out from that class. The most important thing is not just having the class, that hopefully that everybody who attends that class is going to absorb something from them. And anybody would tell you, and I've done the training in the military, the hardest thing is to get the people to carry something out with them and have it stick with them. And that's what I'm hoping, have we given in the city of Garfield Heights, that it sticks with some of the people as they carry it out and just not be somewhere to sit while you're on the clock being paid. So I'm quite sure the majority of people it is going to stick with, and I hope that it sticks with each and every individual in the city. And with that, I vote yes.
Donahue,
Before I vote, I agree with Councilman Dudley, because in military, in 20 years, I had so many of those meetings, and people just walked out and they were just acted the way they did before. So I hope people do take something from this and take it to heart. With that, I vote yes.
Nanadovich,
Before I vote, I agree with my previous council people, what they said. I agree it wholeheartedly, but mostly Mr. Dudley's statement where you got to take it and practice it. A lot of times we take stuff, we listen, we sit through the room, we go after the meeting, we laugh and joke, and that's the last we heard of it. But Mr. Dudley, I'm behind you 100%. I will do my best because that's the way we have to move today. We have to make it for everybody. And I hope everybody takes something away from this diversity training. Thank you, sir. And I vote yes.
Davis,
Before I vote, I guess I'd like to agree with most of the sentiments of my colleagues and just say that this is something that was placed on my heart. So I reached out to our law department about 10 months ago. I didn't talk much about it. Myself and actually Councilman Blake kind of continued to follow up with Tim Riley. Mayor Kalova immediately agreed to do it. It did take some time. And, you know, it does put us in the right direction. Where we go from here, hopefully is better than where we've started. And so I'm just glad that we're on the track. I'm also very happy after talking to our HR department that council will be able to attend that as well. I think we all can learn and grow, and that is the goal so that we can be more effective using our. With that, I vote yes.
Blake,
Before I vote, I just would like to say that I'd like to thank everybody who, all their efforts into getting this training finalized. I think if we all go into it with an open mind and an open heart, we'll all benefit from this training. I think it's great for the members of council and the city employees to take part in this. And with that, I vote yes.
Okay, let the record reflect that ordinance number 6-2021 passes with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to ordinance number 7-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
ordinance number 7-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Dudley. An ordinance authorizing and directing the clerk of the municipal court to enter into an agreement with N2Net to upgrade the municipal court's internet service.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record reflect that ordinance number 7-2021 with title consideration had 7 yes votes. I would like to make a motion now to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record reflect under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 7-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion for waiver of Rule 24. The clerk, please take the roll.
Burke,
This is Matt Burke. I vote yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, I vote yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 7-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record reflect that ordinance number 7-2021 passes with 7 yes votes. We will move on now to ordinance number 8-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
ordinance number 8-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kulova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Dudley. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor or his designee to enter into an amended agreement with N2Net to increase the internet service provided to the city.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes. Dudley, yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under title consideration, ordinance number 8-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke, yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 8-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under a waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 8-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that ordinance number 8-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. Move on now to ordinance number 9-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
Ordinance number 09/2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Donahue, and Dudley. An emergency ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor or his designee to enter into an agreement with Teletronics Incorporated for the purpose of providing wide area network LAN support.
This time I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record reflect that under title consideration, ordinance number 9-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take a roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record reflect that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 9-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 9-2021 had 7 yes votes. On its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record reflect that ordinance number 9-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to ordinance number 10-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
Ordinance number 10/2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Dudley. An ordinance authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into an agreement with Phoenix Safety Outfitters for the purchase of 8 sets of fire gear for a total cost not to exceed $28,500.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Vaughn,
to consider by title, please.
on the motion made by Councilman Vaughn to consider ordinance number 10-2021 by title, will the clerk please take the roll?
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Burke.
Yes. Let the record show that under title consideration, ordinance number 10-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record reflect that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 10-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Let the record reflect that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 10-2021 had 7 yes votes, and on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Mike, you're muted.
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
The record show that ordinance number 10-2020 passes with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to ordinance number 11-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
ordinance number 11-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, and Donahue. An emergency ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor or his designee to enter into an agreement with Pitney Bowes pursuant to the attached source well, formerly known as NJPA, state and local fair market value lease agreement, for the lease replacement of the mailing machine located in the city's finance department at a total cost of $16,947.60.
10-2000.
The city's finance department.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under title consideration, ordinance number 11-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 11-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 11-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Let the record reflect that ordinance number 11-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. We'll move on to ordinance number 12-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
ordinance number 12-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Vaughn. An ordinance repealing ordinance number 40-2009, and reinstating the position of executive fire captain in charge of training.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Vaughn,
to consider by title, please.
on the motion made by Councilman Vaughn to consider ordinance number 12-2021 by title, Will the clerk please take the roll?
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Burke.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance number 12-2021 to say at the very beginning and insert the word emergency in between an ordinance in the title and declare this piece of legislation an emergency. Do I have a second?
I will
Second,
second that.
We'll put Councilman Nanadovich down as a second.
It's fine.
Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that ordinance number 12-2021 stands amended as an emergency ordinance with 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Council President,
Yes, Mr. Rucker.
point of order, you would need to amend the ordinance at the end and add a final paragraph, which would read the standard language we use, which is council declares this ordinance to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the public health, safety, and welfare, and shall be in full force and effect immediately upon its adoption by this council and approval by the mayor, otherwise from and after the earliest period allowed by law. If you look at ordinance number 09-2021, there's an actual paragraph at the end of that one that you could read into the record and have the council clerk add it to that. Thank you.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to further amend ordinance number 12-2021, adding section 6 to read, council declares this ordinance to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation and protection of the public peace, health, safety, and general welfare of the inhabitants of the city of Garfield Heights, and shall take effect and be in full force immediately upon its adoption by this council and approval by the mayor. Otherwise, it shall take effect and be in full force from and after the earliest period allowed by law. Do I have a second?
I will second that.
On the motion made by myself and seconded by Councilman Vaughn to further the amendment and add section 6, will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
It's Matt Burke. I vote yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, I vote yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that ordinance number 12-2021 has been amended. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, the amended version of ordinance number 12-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 12-2021 had 7 yes votes. On its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that ordinance number 12-2021 amended passes with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to ordinance number 13-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
Ordinance number 13-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Donahue, and Vaughn. An ordinance creating and establishing the position of Recreation Lead in the Parks and Recreation Department.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under title consideration, ordinance number 13-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, ordinance number 13-2021 had 7 yes votes. I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, ordinance number 13-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that ordinance number 13-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to resolution number 3-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
Resolution number 3-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Vaughn. An emergency resolution ratifying the appointment by the mayor of Mark Sykon to act as the service director for the city of Garfield Heights, Ohio, during the period commencing January 25th, 2021, to serve at the pleasure of the mayor.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Nanadovich,
I would like to make a motion to consider resolution number 03-2021 by title.
on the motion made by Councilman Nanadovich to consider resolution 3-2021 by title, will the clerk please take the roll?
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake,
yes,
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Let the record show that under title consideration, resolution number 3-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, resolution number 3-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Matt Burke votes yes.
Vaughn, Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanavich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, resolution number 3-2021 had 7 yes votes, and on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Nanadovich.
Nanadovich,
Before I vote, I'd like to congratulate Mark on his move. I believe he will do an excellent job, and I see no lack in service, and I think we will move on as business as normal. And I vote yes.
Davis,
Before I vote, I'd like to say I've had some very wonderful conversations with Mark in the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to enjoy working with him. I think it is a positive switch. Not that Tim was not great because he was always responsive, but it seems like the direction of the service department is kind of advancing, and I like that. So congratulations, Mark. With that, I vote yes. Thank you.
Blake,
Before I vote, I'd like to congratulate Mark on his position. I too have had a lot of conversations with Mark. I think he's done a great job keeping us updated of things going on when he needs to. And I think he's done a great job so far, and I know he will continue to do so. And with that, I vote yes.
Burke,
Before I vote, I would just like to say that I've had many dealings with Mark Sycon. And just last week, I was down at the service garage visiting with him and some of the workers at the service garage. And I will tell you, the employees of the service garage and our service staff absolutely love the man. They have plenty of respect for him. It's been a long time since I've seen these guys be that energetic and that excited. And with that, I would like to congratulate Mark Sycon, and I vote yes.
Vaughn,
Before I vote, I'd just like to say I've worked closely with Mark over the past 11 years. He was a stellar foreman. He ran a tight shop. I think he will do excellent in this job, and I believe our city services will continue to be good. And with that, I vote yes.
Dudley,
Before I vote, I'd just like to congratulate Mark on his new position. And with that, I vote yes.
Donahue,
before I vote, I'd like to say congratulations. You've already proved yourself by your speedy snow removal on those 2 really bad days we've had. And I'm sure that's just the beginning of what you're able to do. And with that, I vote yes.
Let the record reflect that resolution number 3-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to resolution number 4-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
resolution number 4-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Colovo, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Vaughn. An emergency resolution ratifying the appointment by the mayor of Paul Burke to act as the Parks and Recreation Director for the city of Garfield Heights, Ohio, during the period commencing January 25th, 2021, to serve at the pleasure of the mayor.
Mr.
This
Chairman,
time, I'd like, Mr. Nanadovich,
I'd like to make a motion to consider resolution 04-2021 by title.
the motion made by Councilman Nanadovich to consider resolution number 4-2021 by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue.
yes,
Let the record show that under title consideration, resolution number 4-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn, yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, resolution number 4-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that resolution 4-2021 under waiver of Rule 24 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Nanadovich.
Nanadovich,
Before I vote, I'd like to make a statement that I believe both of our new people, including Mr. Paul Burke, will do an excellent job for the city, and they will carry on a tradition that Mayor Kalova started many, many years ago with Mr. Dobies and his administration. And Paul, I know you'll do a great job, and I thank you for your efforts so far, and I vote yes.
Davis,
Before I vote, I'd just like to say congratulations, Paul, and I vote yes.
Blake,
Before I vote, similar words that I had for Mark Sycon. Paul, I appreciate everything that you've helped me out with. I think you've done a great job. I think you'll continue to do a great job. And I look forward to working with you in the future as lead of the Recreation Committee. And with that, I vote yes.
Burke,
Before I vote, I would just like to say that you can tell a good department head and a good leader by the way people react to him. And I can see already in just a few short amount of time that Paul Burke has been in that rec department, how the staff over there has really greeted him and how they respect him. And I think a lot of it has to do with the way he treats them as individuals. I really look forward to working with you, Paul, and I congratulate you. I commend you for the way you run your department. And with that, I vote yes.
Vaughn,
Before I vote, Paul Burke has been an excellent man in the service department. He moves over to the rec department. You're filling big shoes and those of Bob Dobies, but I know that you will do a great job. And with that, I vote yes.
Dudley,
Before I vote, I'd just like to tell them congratulations. And with that, I vote yes.
Donahue,
before I vote, Paul, I know you'll do a good job because every time the service department needed you since for snow removal, you were right there. Maybe now they might catch you a little break. You won't have to go over as much. But with that, I vote yes.
Okay, let the record reflect that resolution number 4-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. We'll move on now to resolution number 5-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
resolution number 5-2021, sponsored by Mayor Vic Kalova, co-sponsored by Councilman Burke, Nanadovich, Blake, Donahue, and Dudley. An emergency resolution directing the Community Public Relations Grant Coordinator of the City of Garfield Heights to apply for the 2021 Community Recycling Awareness Grant.
I'd like to make a motion to consider by title. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes,
Dudley,
yes,
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under title consideration, resolution number 5-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
yes,
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, resolution number 5-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 24. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
Vaughn,
Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
yes,
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that under waiver of Rule 24, resolution number 5-2021 had 7 yes votes, and on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
yes,
Donahue,
yes,
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
yes,
Blake.
yes,
Let the record show that resolution number 5-2021 is adopted with 7 yes votes. We'll move on to resolution number 6-2021. Will the clerk please read the title?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Vaughn?
on this resolution, could we have it read in full, please?
I have no problem with that. Barb, would you please read it in its entirety?
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 6, 2021, sponsored by Councilman Matt Burke, co-sponsored by all of council. A resolution by council on behalf of the residents of the city of Garfield Heights honoring Mayor Vic Kolova for his outstanding service to the city and lifetime accomplishments. Whereas Vic Kolova was born on September 26, 1947 in Cleveland, Ohio. Mayor Kolova's parents, Tom and Kay, moved their 2 sons, Anthony, Cheryl, deceased, and Vic, to the city of Garfield Heights in 1951. And whereas Mayor Kolova attended St. Monica's grade school and later graduated from Garfield Heights High School in 1965. Whereas Mayor Kolova married Jeannie Donovan and had 3 daughters, Renee, Greg, Kim, Steve, and Dana, Brian. Mayor Kolova and Jeannie have 6 grandchildren, Brenna, Chase, Leah, Daniel, Nolan, Gabriella, and Giada, and 1 great-grandchild, Victor, with 1 more on the way. And whereas Mayor Kolova worked as a barber, became a truck driver for Teamsters Local 407, and then went on to become a trustee for the local, as well as a business agent. He eventually retired from the Teamsters Local 964, and whereas Mayor Kolova was active in Golden Gloves and served as its president, and whereas Mayor Kolova began service with the city of Garfield Heights when he was elected president of council in 2005, and whereas Mayor Kolova was then elected mayor in 2009 and began his term on December 1, 2009, and will retire on January 31, 2021. And whereas Mayor Kalova loves to golf and travel and is looking forward to relaxing and spending quality time with his family. And whereas we recognize Mayor Kalova's contributions to the city of Garfield Heights are lasting and as such should be honored. And now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of Garfield Heights, Ohio, that Section 1, the President of Council and all members of Council, on behalf of the residents of the City of Garfield Heights, hereby commend Mayor Vic Kalova for his lifetime accomplishments and for his longtime outstanding service to the community. Section 2, the Law Department be and is hereby authorized and directed to transmit a copy of this resolution to Mayor Vic Kalova and to the local news media. Section 3, this resolution shall take effect and be in full force from and after the earliest period allowed by law.
On title consideration, will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Burke votes yes.
excuse me. Vaughn,
Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that resolution number 6-2021 had 7 yes votes. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Burke,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich,
Nanadovich votes yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Let the record show that under suspension of the 3 reading rule, resolution number 6-2021 had 7 yes votes. And on its adoption, beginning with Councilman Burke.
Burke,
Before I vote, I just want to say it's been a pleasure serving with you, Mayor. I know that the city is in much better shape than it was when you took over as mayor, and I look forward to helping to keep it going. So with that, I vote yes, and I thank you for your service.
Vaughn,
Before I vote, Mayor, I said it last week, it's been an honor to work with you. It's been a great 11 years, and you've done more for this city than anybody will ever know. Just let it be known, you ever need a pizza, you call me, it's on me. I know you're going to be living on that fixed income now, so I'll be glad to take care of your pizza cost. With that, I vote yes.
Dudley,
Before I vote, I'd like to say, Mayor, it's been a good run. I don't believe, but I know we got a lot done, a lot accomplished, and a lot of things moving forward in Ward 1, even as a city as well. And I thank you for the good relationship we didn't have throughout the years and stuff. And I'm wishing you and Jeannie nothing but the best. And you take care. It's not so goodbye, just so long until I see you a little bit down the road here. You take care, Mayor. And with that, I vote yes.
Donahue,
Before I vote, Mayor, I haven't known you for long, but I know you've done a great job in this city. You've really brought it up, and I hope the future mayors can do the same. But like Tom Vaughn said, if you ever need a breakfast on a Wednesday, come on over to L.A. Pete's. I'll buy you breakfast. Don't worry about it. I know you're on it. I know what that fixed income's like. And with that, I vote yes.
Nanadovich,
Before I vote, Mr. Mayor, I can't say enough about you. You've been a very, very dear friend. You and Jeannie, you've had some great conversations with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your candor and your honesty. And I know we're moving in the right direction, and you got us in that path. And I really believe that Matt can continue to take us there. And I wish you the best of luck. It's not like you're going away forever. You're only moving a couple miles away, and we'll see you at L.A. Pete's and at the functions in the city and Monica's. But I wish you and Jeannie the best. I wish you a long, happy, and healthy life. in retirement and win a lot of money at cards. So, and with that, I vote yes.
Davis,
For a vote, I'm not going to duplicate all of that. I said it last week. Once again, congratulations. And with that, I vote yes.
Blake,
Before I vote, Mayor Kalova, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done. Yeah, I know you've definitely earned your retirement, so I wish you and your wife nothing but the best and enjoy your time off. And with that, I vote yes.
Let the record show that resolution number 6-2021 stands adopted with 7 yes votes. That concludes our ordinances and resolutions for this evening. We will move on now to comments by citizens. Will the clerk please read the rules?
comments shall be restricted to any problem a citizen has, which has previously been submitted to his or her councilperson or to the City Hall Department directly involved. If submission of a problem to a City Hall Department or councilperson is made and there is a lack of service rendered in this regard, the problem may then be presented during comments from citizens at a future meeting. It is the intention of this rule that no request of a first nature is presented on the floor at this time. Comments shall be limited to 5 minutes. No citizen shall be heard more than once.
Is there any residents in the room that would like to make any comments this evening?
Hi, this is Melissa Leonard. My address is 4893 East 84th Street. I just had a few things I wanted to bring up again that had been brought up previously in some of the previous council meetings and in my interactions with some of the council people. Really, the first one, just want to say thank you to everyone for getting the diversity training pass. I know I've spoken with the HR manager back in December, and the plan was going to be to roll it out in January, and I'm glad to hear now it's at least getting approved, and hopefully we can move forward with that. The other note, I really want to say thank you to Shayla Davis. She's not my city council person, but she has been at the forefront of keeping me informed of the meetings and all of that. I know that I've spoken up many, many times about hoping to get the city council meetings posted on the website, and an ordinance was passed, and I still am not seeing that on the website. So if I'm looking in the wrong place, please let me know, but I'm really getting frustrated that that it's not posted yet. So hopefully you guys can, work on that. I know there was someone out sick and who's been, tossed in many different roles, but I really just appreciate Shayla for keeping me informed of the meetings and what's going on in the city. Also just want to say, as far as the parking ban, Mr. Donahue and I were kind of going back and forth on the neighborhood website, and I just wanted to bring up some concerns with the parking ban. I know there's a city parking ban when the snow is within a certain, inches, and then also there's the overnight parking ban. It seems to me that the parking bans, either one of those aren't being enforced, and so I question if you guys can maybe bring up or discuss whether those parking bans are still relevant. And if they are, why aren't they being enforced? I know we've gotten parking tickets a few times for accidentally leaving our cars on the street overnight, but there seems to be a lot of people that aren't getting ticketed. I know the police are, thin on how many people they have, but that's a whole separate issue. So I'm just wondering, from your standpoint, for the city council members, if you guys are willing to look at revamping those parking bans and or working directly with the police officers to make sure that they're enforcing them during those parking bans. And then that kind of goes into my last comment as far as the snow removal. I know you said, that the snow removal was done efficiently, but there was a giant pile still on my street days after the snow, hit, and I believe that mayor said, that they weren't going out any longer, and so there were some safety concerns just on our street alone. So I'm just wondering, again, moving forward, hopefully that'll be remedied and we won't have any safety issues. So those are my concerns. Thanks again to Shayla Davis And that's really all I have. Thank you.
Mrs. Leonard, I would just like to address some of your concerns. Actually, for the last 2 meetings that I'm aware of, if you go onto our website, and I know our website needs some help. It's not very user-friendly, and it's something that I work with the administration almost daily on. But you can go on there, and like I had stated today to some of the members of the administration, when you go onto the website, you go to the very bottom of the website, you'll see where it says council. A lot of people don't know that you can actually click on the word council and it will take you to council's page. But that's where it will take you. And then if you go there, there is a tab that says today's meeting, and I'll give you the meeting information. You can also see a tab where it shows every single piece of legislation that is being addressed at the meeting. So that's something that I've worked hard just to get to that point. But moving forward, I will guarantee you that there is going to be an overhaul to this website, and it will have little tabs on there that make it more user friendly, because that's something that I think that, you know, a lot of people couldn't see, but literally working with some of the folks that do it. And Bruce has been out, he just got back. So when I talked to Bruce on it, he seemed to get a better idea of what we're looking for. So a lot of the stuff that's on there is temporary. However, it will be a lot easier to navigate through going forward.
So that might be the issue then, because on the main website, when you first go to the home screen, there's still that link that says click here for the city council meetings. So if
Yeah.
maybe you remove that, then there will be no confusion.
Yeah, it will be, but I mean, a lot of people, like I said, they don't even know you can click on the word council and takes you to our council page. So that's gonna be made easier, not just for that, but also like city departments. There'll be little tabs for each city department. The parking ban enforcement. I know Mayor Kalova and I met with Deputy Chief K along with the Assistant Deputy Chief, or as far as parking ban. I know they're out there ticketing, but I can't remember exactly how many tickets they said that they actually wrote during that last snowstorm. But they are out there writing tickets. I don't know what good it does, but you know, I guess I could call on the residents to be, you know, responsible, because you could write a ticket, but sometimes they're not moving the car. And until they go to court or get it towed, they won't understand. And that's just, I guess, the nature of the beast, but we do try. And I know in talking to Acting Chief K, he was a little frustrated in our conversation because he thought he had written enough tickets, but maybe not. But we did put some pressure on him. And then snow removal, that last storm was tough, you know, and I know we had literally every one of our directors that could drive a snow plow truck was out and about on Christmas Eve to move that snow. Let's hope we don't get any more snowstorms like that, because maybe we won't have so many big piles. But certainly you were not the only one that had that concern. So we will get it addressed. And hopefully next time we won't have that incident again. All right. Sound good? And I also seen your application for the communication committee, the committee, Public Relations Committee. So I'll be calling you to schedule a interview with you. All righty. Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Ms. Davis.
Well, thank you, Ms. Leonard, for that, support. But I also wanted to share that in terms of the parking ban or parking, after hours on the street, I have personally called the chief as residents call me on some of my streets and identified those streets specifically. And so then he puts, I don't know what it's called exactly, I'm going to call it a tag. So when the night shift comes in, all those officers see that when they log into their system to pay special attention to those streets. So that's what I've been doing in Ward 4. I can't really speak for the other wards, but I do call specifically because obviously I don't know none of us as council people know which streets people are staying on the street overnight unless we get a phone call to notify us. But you can also contact the police department yourself. If you don't get a response, you can reach out to your council person and they can reach out to okay. He's very responsive with those kind of things. I think we're all very frustrated with it. It drives me insane on my street, but lately we haven't had an issue because folks have gotten tickets. So they're, pulling their cars in their driveway now.
Thank you, Councilwoman Davis. Is there anyone else wishing to make any comments? Okay, if there are none, we will move on to miscellaneous business. Will the clerk please read the rules?
This involves the business of council in the legislative function. Any other problems should be directly dealt with by the department involved. This area of the agenda shall be limited to legislative business, ward business, lack of attention to ward problems, and so forth.
All right, tonight we'll start with Ward 1 Councilman Michael Dudley, Senior. Mr. Dudley, you have the floor.
All right, Mr. Chairman. First, once again, you enjoy yourself, Mayor, and you enjoy that well-deserved time. Second of all, I would like to say that members of St. Tim already know it. We didn't do it during a holiday because of COVID, and we are still going to provide what we call the holiday meal, which we're going to be doing just prior to Easter this year. We moved it back, and hopefully things are lighting up by then. We're praying for that. But we will provide the meal as we've done for the seniors at St. Timothy Manor and St. Timothy Park, because we didn't do it during the Christmas season because of COVID-19. Also, I want to let people know that Black History is not being canceled. It's just going to be different this year. It's going to be virtual. So, we have not canceled it out. We're not going to use anything as a reason for us not to move forward with it. So you will be provided the information. And this year we're going to actually pay honor to Miss Inez Killingworth. If anybody don't know her, if you go up on 131st, you'll see a building at 131st and Miles named after her. If you look by the dollar store in Cleveland, you will also see up on the wall a big mural. And Miss Killingsworth is somebody, actually I served on the board. I was one of her board members, and I served on ESOP in about 2000 to around 2010 as a board member for ESOP, empowering and strengthening Ohio people. And she's the one that actually started that in the basement. There's a good story behind her if people got. She was a little woman, but boy, you would think she's about 20 feet tall. And she was one of the reasons where you had, if anybody familiar with banking, you'll know who Jamie Dimon and the rest of them guys are. But when you can get somebody, a woman that little, can get a meeting and can get direct calls going to Jamie Dimon, you know the power she had and she carried. But she was an individual who really cared about the foreclosure. And during the heart of the foreclosure, them as an organization, they fought hard. But most of all, she fought hard. She did pass a couple of years back of cancer and everything, but we will be paying tribute to her this year. So her name is Inez Killingsworth, and I will post that on a page. But you definitely look at the history and see how she started just in a little basement. And ESOP actually grew into an organization that it is today. And with that, so we will still be having a program, and I will keep everybody posted and see about the city posting it too. So we will move forward with that. It's just going to be a little different because it's going to be virtual, but it still will be taking place. And with that, that's basically everybody be safe, protect yourself from the COVID-19 out there, think smart and think safety. Keep your mask on, keep your hands clean, hygiene is the key. And I appreciate that, Mr. Chairman, and that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Dudley. Mr. Donahue?
Just real quick, again, I just want to congratulate Paul and Mark and the mayor for finally being able to retire at his age. He should have retired a long time ago. With that, I just want to say thank you. Everybody be safe. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Donahue. Mr. Nanadovich?
Yes, Mr. Burke, thank you. I just like to congratulate Mark and Paul on their new assignments. I know they'll do a good job because they were doing a good job in the past, and they will continue. And like you said, you give respect, you get respect. And those are profound words, Matthew. And as far as Melissa Leonard, I commend you on going to the right person to find out about the website. Shayla was made the communications director, and that's who you should talk to. You want legislation, you call me. You want Parks and Recreation, you call the appropriate chairperson. You want the school, you call Jason Blake. You want fire and safety, you have Mr. Vaughn and so forth. And I think going to the right person is the way you get the best answers. And I commend you for that. I really do. And um, let's see, what did I have written down here? I don't have my glasses on. And as far as parking ban, I don't know what they did in the rest of the wards in the city. Like Shayla says, I speak for mine. They issued a lot of tickets in Ward 3, and they actually had 2 cars towed for not complying. People were very irate, and they did call me about it. I says, you know, the snow ban? I says, you continually park on the street year round. I says, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. We have to make it safe for all residents. And Michael, to you, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I hope you top what you did last year. And I know if any way you could do it, you will. You've been making leaps and bounds with Black History Month. Every month, every year, it's getting better and better. This is a challenging year for you, but I know you're going to be able to do it. And with that, Mayor, congratulations on your retirement. You get any golf tips, call Bob Middleton.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Nanadovich. Ms. Davis?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, once again, Mayor Kalova, enjoy your retirement. I kind of feel like you're kind of already there. You're just waiting for this one to end tonight, but you know, be safe and enjoy it. I would like to say to the residents of Ward 4, I guess to every resident in the city of Garfield, I have been being inundated in the last several weeks with people leaving their trash cans out, you know, for days on end. It's a huge problem. I am constantly calling the service department. I'm now working with one of the foremen to go out and issue citations. We have to hold everyone accountable. We have to have a standard in the city. There's an ordinance that was created for this, and we just have to do it. I think giving a warning is fine if people aren't aware, if they don't know what the ordinance is once they move into the community, but it absolutely does bring and diminish the value of our community when people are just leaving their trash cans out. I have 2 offenders on my street who I talk to on a regular basis. And at this point, I kind of want to take the trash cans so they can't have them, but I cannot do that. So I just continue to leave notice, but now I'm really trying to work with the service department. I have a call into the law department because we really need to take a stance on this. I don't know if it's, you know, happening heavily in other wards, but I would really like to get calls about other things and folks just, you know, not taking their trash cans back. We're not on acres and acres of land. I mean, it's literally less than 500 feet from your, you know, front lawn to the back where you need to take it. We just need to do better. So I am sending out an email this week to all of my residents and dropping off a little letter trying to remind people. I don't want people to have to pay fines during COVID, but we must do something. So I will leave that there. Thank you everyone who's on the call tonight. We're into 2021 now. I hope that we end this year a little better than we did in 2020 and we figure out some things that we missed in 2020 as it relates to COVID and everything else. Everyone just stay safe and healthy and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Davis. Councilman Blake?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be brief. First, I'd like to extend my condolences to the Zeal family. I'd like to congratulate Paul Burke and Mark Sykon again on their positions. Again, to Mayor Kalova, thank you for everything you've done in the past, moving the city, you know, forward. Again, please enjoy your retirement. You definitely have earned it. And I am in process of finishing up a newsletter, and I hope to have that sent to the residents of Ward 5 by mid-February. That is my goal. And with that, that's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. I would like to also congratulate Paul Burke and Mark Sykon in their new positions again. And Mayor Kalova, I wish you the best. I hope that you can definitely enjoy your retirement. I do know where you're headed, so I know where to find you if I need you. And also, you know, if you're available to give any golf lessons this summer, I may be available on a Sunday or so because I have a feeling I'm going to be working at least 6 days a week from open to close. I just want to say to the council and to the residents of Garfield Heights, it has been an honor for me to serve as your council president for these last 3 years, 3.5 years. Um, it's had a lot of trying times, and it's had some very, very fun moments. But I feel as the outgoing council president that we are in good hands. There's 7 of us that have made up this council, and I'm proud to say that 7 of us have put our heads together a lot of times over the last 3 or 4 years, including the old council members as well, to really work hard for what's right for the city of Garfield Heights, to work alongside a mayor that took the city from $38 million in debt down to under $10 million in debt. I'm proud of that. I think we all need to be proud of that. You know, when duty called and things got rough, we came together as a united body, as a legislative body, to do what was right for the city of Garfield Heights. And I know a lot of times we didn't always agree, but at the end of the day, we did what was right. So it's been an honor, and I wish, Mr. Nanadovich, I wish you the best of luck going forward. You know, I can tell you that there's going to be some times, and this panel is very, very professional, but very, very demanding at times as well. So, Barb Moline, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me as the clerk of council. I really admire the thoroughness that you have put, you know, behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know what Barb does, but I will tell you, anything I've ever asked of her, she's always come through. And I'm going to miss you in that respect, Barb, but I'll see you down the hall, you know, in the city administration. And last but not least, but one of the things I feel very important about doing when I get into the office as interim mayor is to provide, and I've been told I'm crazy, you know, if everybody looks at Mayor Kalova when I say this, he'll probably, you can't see because he's wearing a mask, but I told him that I wanted to do Zoom coffee with the residents every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And he thinks I'm crazy sometimes because maybe we won't get that many people calling, but I think we'll probably get a lot more than you think, Matt. And it may be crazy, but I want to take that on because I want to hear from the residents, and I want them to know that I'm just a down-to-earth guy, and I'm going to listen, and I'm going to try to do what I feel is right and what's good for the city of Garfield Heights. But I also want residents to know that when you call, keep in mind that your concern may also not be the concern of the other 28,000 residents of Garfield Heights. You know, certainly we'll try to listen to everybody and try to do what we can to make the city run smoother, more efficiently, more professionally. And I know there's a lot of work coming, and I know there's a lot of work ahead. But like anything else, we have good people in the administration, and I know that we'll come together and we'll make it happen, and we'll get it done right. With that, I just want to say thank you to every council member, because I've learned a lot from each one of you, especially Mr. Nanadovich and Mr. Dudley and Mr. Vaughn, because when I started, I was the new guy, and the 3 of you guys did a lot to help me and guide me in ways that I cannot thank you enough. And I will definitely miss you guys on this council, but I'll just be on the meeting in a different role. And with that, I just want to say to the people of Garfield Heights, be safe, stay COVID free, and we will see you around the corner. That's all I have, Mr. Vaughn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too would like to congratulate our 2 new directors. As I said earlier, 2 outstanding gentlemen. I believe they're going to do an excellent job, and they're going to help us move things further ahead. They are taking the shoes of some great guys that were before them, but I know they'll make their own mark and do an excellent job. People, you heard the complaints tonight about parking on the street. There's talk tonight of a storm, ice storm coming through, followed by snow. Get your cars in. Do yourself, your neighbors a favor. Get them in. Helps get those streets cleaned up a lot quicker. Mayor, I'm gonna miss you. I wish you and Jeannie good luck. You know, I know you're talking about going to Italy, but you know, you really should go to Ireland too while you're over that way. Really, you know, I'm sure your wife would enjoy it. Take your mother-in-law with you, okay? Matt, I want to wish good luck to you. You're going to have some mighty big shoes to fill. I know you'll do a fine job and you too will make your mark. And just to let you know, Matt, I'm here to help you, support you with whatever you need. Just call, be more than glad to help you out. Everyone, please be safe, be healthy. Tonight was a long meeting, what, 13, 14 pieces of legislation? We haven't had that in a long time. So with that, let's adjourn. I make a motion that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
On the motion made by Councilman Vaughn and seconded by myself to adjourn tonight's council meeting, will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Dudley.
I just want to make a correction. Mike, you mentioned school liaison. You forgot to mention me. I have been school liaison since 2007, Mike. You kind of left me out.
Okay.
I know it's just an accident, but I want to let people know that you have two. So if you can't reach one, call the other one. That's all you do. If you can't reach me, call him. If you can't reach him, call me. I just want to mention that. No, I appreciate it. I know Mike. I know it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Dudley. On the motion made by Councilman Vaughn and seconded by myself to adjourn tonight's meeting, will the clerk please take the roll?
Vaughn,
Tom Vaughn votes yes.
Dudley,
Yes.
Donahue,
Yes.
Nanadovich.
Mr. Chairman, before I vote, I ask that all of council give a round of applause to our mayor.
All right. We got
Okay.
Thank you, Vic. And I vote yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Burke.
Yes. Let the record reflect that at 8:37 PM on Monday, January 25th, 2021, that our council meeting for tonight has been adjourned.